The first thing that I would have to say is that having empathy and understanding of the vulnerability of families and the children that are involved in the system.
Well, we came into this pandemic really with strong relationships already in place, so we were lucky. And these are relationships that we've built over several years because of the opportunities that we've had to work together on different committees. It's also been the expectation of our city leadership, the city manager and the director of our department, that that there's collaboration across departments and across the city. And that plays out in many areas, and very much so has happened between child welfare services, child behavioral health, and the court services unit. So we started off in a really good place. We share values, a commitment to the work that we're doing, and we've kind of let that play out in several ways. We have a shared vision, and I think a sense of being in this together. So that's where we started. And so the support that we've given one another has been very natural and easy. It's, the meetings are continuing. We probably have added some more frequent phone calls, texting.
Well, we have stayed very, very close. I think really being willing to recognize just how hard it is and appreciate the challenges we have and the challenges our families have, and how that's just compounded by all of this. And, really the levels of uncertainty and staying close, texting, calling.
And one day I got an invitation, and it was basically to check in. How are you doing? And that's such a wonderful thing to have. Where we have professional relationships, and we have deadlines, and we have needs and agency responsibilities, and yet we're very human with one another and friends, really. So I think that's really helpful. I sense that, and I think we in the agency that I work in and the other agencies, I think that is hopefully shared with other staff and other leadership and throughout everybody in the agency, and to be able to have those same safe conversations within the office and also with people who are in other agencies and may share cases and may have to bring up things of disagreement, and sometimes things become adversarial, and that word is often used, but adversarial, but is it adversarial, or is it just healthy disagreement or healthy conflict, which in any relationship is important. So I think that's felt throughout. I think that during the pandemic, whereas I'll be honest, I had doubts that we could really continue in some regard, the team that has been formed has done it, and it's just a wonderful thing to say. And it could be argued that as much, if not more, work is being done now in this time as has been done before.
Natural way. The collaboration that is expected with leadership is also expected with our staff. In child welfare, children who are in foster care or families that are involved with us through ongoing child protective services, there's an expectation that for those families and kids that we have monthly treatment team meetings. And so this would include service providers and other members of different programs that are involved with these families and children. And so those meetings are continuing and have really never stopped. And so it's that type of collaboration and support and figuring out and problem solving that really has happened with our line staff as well.
And, you know, we realize that the work is continuing, that our people and we are making progress with our protocols work, with our prevention work, and the information sharing, and actually more progress we've made in a while. So we don't want to stop it, and yet we wanted to recognize that there may be a point that we or our people are pulled in like COVID-related directions that take us away from the work, and it will get to a point. If it got to the point where we couldn't move forward meaningfully, then we'd have that conversation. So I just think, and I think we even came out stronger and more supported.
To have that space to be able to go there and to trust that really what we're doing is having conversations like that to improve, or always try to improve our system. This is going to help the kids and the families, and that's really the ultimate. And if I have the conversation that's not comfortable, and I have the disagreement, but it's in a respectful way, and it's always meant to be, or should be anyway, it always should be in a space of, this is to enhance things, not to be right. It's going to help the kids and the families, and that's the connection.
We all feel a lot of hope in the future, a lot of pride in the work that everyone is doing, that we're doing, that, you know, that families are doing. I mean, we've been seeing families do incredible things during these times to you know, to be the best they can be. And I see the same in the, you know, the people providing the services.
No, you never give up. You have hope because we have the future while you're here. We can't control what's happening right now, but you have control of the future, and that's what you have to push forward to, is the future. And you can't allow yourself to suffer and to, you know, if you're suffering, there's someone you can talk to too, because, you know, as adults, we do have our mental health to think about. And you have to be strong, because especially if you have a family, because children are looking to you and they react to you and how you're conducting yourself. So yeah, I say, if you're struggling, please call a warm line. That's what it's called, a warm line. And you will be connected to somebody. And normally that person is trained to speak to you. And they understand where you're coming from. They have different warm lines. They have them for veterans. They have them for mothers. They have them for fathers. They have them for homeless people. They have them for people being evicted. I mean, they have so many resources out here, and they are a national line. They're free to call. If you can't, if you don't have a phone, they can help you get a phone. They have so many, they have hotspots now for you to have internet services. They have so many resources out here, but being connected to them can be hard. So I just say, please make a phone call or ask somebody. Maybe if you don't have a phone, ask your neighbor, you know, but reach out. Don't sit home alone and think that this is the end, you know. Like Trish said, hope. Keep hope alive and think about the future. It's not going backwards. We have a whole new world in front of us, and we have to keep on building.